Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and thank you for visiting with me today. We're actually going to be setting up for our next week's layout. As per usual, I am going to be using my Sterling ink N1 horizontal. This is my main planner, and it's been working out great for me. By the way, I am doing a voiceover because for some weird reason, the initial audio it was like there was a lot of static. I was playing it back. It sounded really well while I was recording it. And then when I uploaded it to YouTube, it was just full of static. And I'm really struggling with my audio. Sometimes I feel like it's coming out well, like when I review it. But whenever I upload it, it sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like it's coming from a cave or something. I'm using a mic, so I don't know, you guys. It's always a struggle, one thing or another. But anyway, as you can see here, I am just drawing a line, making some columns for the left side. The left side is usually my task list or appointment list. Um, that first one is usually my work schedule. And then the second one is if I have anything important due for that day or if I have an appointment for that specific day. And then the third one, which is wider than the other two, is that's where I do my checklist for my tasks. Um, Let me see. So typically, I would choose like a theme or a color every week. Decide what stickers to use, and that's how I also decide like what highlighters to use. Um, the stickers that I'm gonna be using for my headers are stickers that I make myself. So I DIY them. I just open up a Word document, print it out in the font and the size that I want, and then just hand cut it. I know I've mentioned it before, but I do have a Cricut that I can use. Um, it's just I feel like it's just too much work, taking it out, designing it, making sure it cuts correctly. Um, so most of the time I just cut it myself. Okay. So I try to use this little sticky note. If you can see when I'm doing my highlighting, because you know how the highlighters kind of pull at the end, and sometimes I just dab on it, but sometimes I try to, if I remember, use my sticky note to make it look a little bit better. Um, those lines that I'm drawing on right now, that's where I usually put on my work schedule. Um, I don't have like a definite work schedule. I can work from 8 to 5, 8:30 to 5 and do a shorter lunch break, or 9 to 5 if I know that I'm going to be busy and not taking any lunch hour. Or, sometimes I need to go like on an appointment, so I start right at 8 and then just make up for it and work until 6. So that's pretty flexible. I don't think that I'm going to be filling out my work hours for next week. I usually put 8 to 5 anyway, um, because it's one of my kids' spring break. She's our youngest child, so she still lives at home with us. And it's her spring break. And I don't know if she wants to do anything with me, if I should take, a few days off. I know that she has plans with her friends, so I know she's gonna be busy, but just in case she wants to do something with me, I'm probably gonna take like a couple days off. My job is pretty, unless we're like super busy or there's, something big that we're working on, a big project, I can tell them, you know, 2 or 3 days before if I'm gonna be off that day. Um, and I always have my phone with me, and all my emails are coming into my phone anyway, and I can reply from there if needed. Okay, let's see here. Okay, these are the stickers that I was talking about, the one that I make using a Word document. So they've worked out. I mean, it's a little bit tedious doing it because you're hand cutting it. Um, but it has worked out for me. I've been doing it since last year, and it's been working fine. On the days that I'm feeling like extra lazy, then I would just handwrite it. But if I'm feeling not too lazy that week, then I definitely um, just cut my header stickers. And as you can see, I'm using this book of stickers. I think I got this from Amazon a while back. I'm not 100% sure. Um, but anyway, it's been unusually warm in our state. So I thought I'd bust out my spring book of stickers. Usually, April, it's still snowing here. It's usually like maybe 40s or 50s still, but since last week, we've been on high 70s. So I'm hoping the snow is done. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get more snow. I think we will, but I mean, who knows? But anyway, yeah. So, but since it's warm, it's starting to get warm. I thought I'd use my spring stickers, and I usually put only a little bit of the stickers um, on my planners. I usually don't fill it up with stickers only because my handwriting is a little bit big. So if I put on a lot of stickers, that also means that it's lessening all the space for my writing. So usually I just put a few um, big stickers and call it a day. On the right side, as you can see here, I put my checklist for the week and also my highlight for the week. My checklist for the week is different from my daily tasks because those are the most important things that I know I need to do for that week, and it doesn't have to be on a specific day. I just need to get it done that week. And it has helped me a lot because I most of the time there's only gonna be like maybe two, three, four at the most um listed in there. So it's not a whole bunch because I have a bunch of little tasks that I need to do every day, but definitely like bigger things I put on that right side. And then of course my highlight of the week, what happened that week that made me feel good or made it memorable for me. So, and I only leave like a little space for it. I don't typically write like longer for that part only because I also have my daily journal and then I have my memory keeping book, so I don't think I need to repeat it um again and again and again. So that has worked out for me quite well. And then at the bottom of the page on that line that I just drew, I typically put in my grocery list, my Happy Mail, and my budget tracker. And I know I've talked about this before, but for my grocery list, I don't put the things that I usually get. Like I know when I go to the grocery store, I already have a mental list of what I'm gonna be getting. the usual things. I'm grabbing fruits, veggies, meat, eggs, milk, all that stuff. So what I put in my grocery list is the ones that I don't usually grab. Like, let's say I'm running low on um on laundry soap, something like that. So I'll put it in there. Or I need to grab wet cat food. I still have a lot of their kibbles, but I'm running low on wet cat food, then I'll put it there. Or if my husband tells me to grab him some of his favorite trail mix because he's about to run out, then I'll put it in there. So it's a shorter list. It's not like a long thing. And then Happy Mail is what I usually is expecting to be delivered that week. Um, there are some weeks that I don't even have anything that I'm expecting, so I'll just put nothing for this week. Um, and then for my budget tracker, I usually put no buy if I didn't spend anything at all for that day. Or I put essentials only, like, I'm grabbing something from the grocery store. And then I put kids, in case I did spend some money, but it was for the kids. Like, my son needed something, my daughter wanted to get something, online, then I'll put it there. And then temptations. And those are, that's the part when I know I don't need it, but I really want to buy it. For example, a new pen, or a new stationery item, or a new perfume, or something like that. So it keeps me in check. And it's been very useful so far because before I started doing this, I know for a fact that I order so many crap every single day from Amazon and all. And I'm like, nope, I can't be doing that anymore. Spending too much. But yeah, this keeps me in track and it makes me happy when I put a little dot on the no buy section. So this is how it's looking so far, and I do use my dot markers. Um, I do have a set. I think I bought like a 5-piece mild, but I've noticed that those ones are way too mild, so sometimes I double dot, which you can see what I'm doing. I'm double dotting it so it can be a little bit more legible. And then I also bought like the regular dot markers, but I have to like when I use it, I can't press it too much or sometimes it bleeds to the next page and I don't like that. So there's no in between with this dot markers. It's either too light or it, it just is putting on too much ink. But anyway, you guys, here is my setup for next week. It's pretty simple, but it serves me well, and I haven't really changed the layout. I've been doing this for, since the start of the year, really. It looks the same way, and it's been working out so well, so I haven't had a need to like remove something or add something. And then at the back, as you can see, that's where I do my short daily journal. I really like this planner. I've been happy with it so far. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using the same thing next year, but for this year at least, it served me pretty well. So there you go. Thank you so much, you guys. See you again soon. Bye bye.